Hello everybody! In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this cable or hose that you see on the screen. So it's procedural made with the material and stuff. And cable is made very quickly in Houdini, so we're going to do that. And this material, so what you can see here, you have this kind of, I'm going to pause it. So let's see here. So yeah, I want to pause it a little bit better. So this bulb here, you can decide how much it's going to expand. And of course, basic colors, you can have, choose other colors as well. And you have this range and fuzziness is a node, color mask node in shader graph that control these two. So you kind of define how big area you're gonna have. And also here you can decide how much holes you want. So this is kind of intact. I think about a water hose, you know. And then you have some holes on it, and we're gonna make all these stuff procedurally. So yeah, we're gonna do it from scratch. So let's get started. And we're gonna of course start from an empty scene. So first off, we're going to do the hose in Houdini. And as you see here, where are we? So here is the working folder, and I'm going to save my Houdini file here. So I'm going to do save as, and I have kind of set it up so it saves where it's supposed to be. So now it's here. So that's good. So now every file is going to save next to that file when we export it from here. And it's actually not going to be super complicated. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a curve Bezier. And curve Bezier is making it more smooth. So in the viewport, I'm going to do space 2, which means we're going to have a top view. And then you see here 0 to 1 is 1 unit, so you can think about how big you want it. Then if I just press enter here and start to drag, hold and drag. So now I can do this kind of smooth, nice curve like this. Super nice. And then here, if you want to change stuff, you can see, yeah, I can insert more points if I want to continue. I'm not going to do that. But then if you do press F here, you can see drag entire curve, insert point, or if you press G, drag point. So if I middle mouse click here, I can kind of edit stuff. So that's nice. And but now if you press points here, you can see all the points on this curve. And as you see, it's not points on the actual curve, it's these Bezier handles out here. So what I'm trying to explain is that this is not a mesh. So what you do need to do is to resample node. And now you see you have points as you expect. So this is super nice. And in this, and we're also gonna, in this here, let's see, where did I have it? Was it this one? So along, you see this thing going through here, this flow bubble thing. It's actually animated with a vertex color. So we do need to add vertex color to this one. And the way to do this is pretty simple, because here it's going to be black, and then eventually it's going to go up to be white here. And if you check this resample node on the points, now we have this attribute position, so we know where the points are. But also if you see here curve view attribute, if you curve view, now you see we have this curve view 0.0, and it goes all the way down to 1. So that means we have this curve U attribute starting at 0 and go all the way to 1. So if we do an attribute, point wrangle is the one. Point wrangle, this one. So the only thing we need to do is to @cd is the variable for having color on a point. So we just do f@curve U. So you see here, curve U, that's a float variable. You can see curve U here. And here you see f@curve U means that the color, actually we can do a V. So the vector color is equal to a float. So that means that all the color is starting from 0 and going all the way up to 1. So now we see. So if you look closely here, you see here it's a black and it's going all the way to 1. This is good. Now we can animate it in the shader. So, and the next thing we want to do is sweep. And the sweep is a super nice node. So here it asks for something in this input, but we don't need to do that. We just need to do the second input here. Second input, we're going to change it to round tube. So here we have our tube. Super nice. The radius is 0.1. So if you would like to have, thicker cable, So also you see this is kind of not UV mapped. So you can see here the UV map is empty. And I get the UV map window by pressing space 5. So I can get it here and space 1 to get back here. So what I can do really nicely with sweep node is going into UVs and attributes and just take compute UVs. And now you see here we have in the UVs, we have this one. So we're creating this one, and here you have different ways of control it. But we're just going to leave it like compute UVs like this. Super perfect. This is exactly what we need. So now I'm just going to make sure we have some more subdivision to make it really nice. So we have a really nice curve. And now when I do space 3, we get the front view. Now we can actually see that it's not lying on top. So we're just going to make a transfer node to move it up. And if I middle mouse click and just drag here, we can get it up. So now it's lying on the floor. And this is actually it. This is what we're going to do. And now we're just going to do transform. And this transform going to multiply the size by 100. And that's the unit difference in Houdini and Unity. So now we just do cable. And I'm actually also going to do this null here, because I want this to be mesh cable. And the reason I want, if I just don't use this one, if I just save now, you see now in now it's the cable saved here. So it's super nice. Here we have it. But you see here the cable, the mesh name is transform2, and that's because this name here is transform2. So if we just do this node here, it's going to be a mesh cable. So if I save again, and now you see mesh cable, I like it to be a little bit more nice. So here we have it. And now we're going to start with a shader. So create, and we're going to have shader graph, URP, lit shader graph. So this is going to be procedural cable. Create material. And we're gonna have this one here. So this is the shader, and we can actually, let's see, this tends to bug out, unfortunately, but let's try it works today. Cable, mesh cable, this is the one that we did. So if we do a vertex color and plug it in here, it should be black and white, and it is. Perfect. So this is exactly what we want. So the first thing we're going to do, so the rest part is going to be in 2 tutorials. So, well, actually, I'm going to quit it here. So we just leave the doing the mesh in this tutorial. And in the next tutorial, we're going to start with this shader and do the shader. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.